Sure, this movie is 3.5 hours, but really, for me, that's nothing. Sometimes I'm at multiple movies in a day, or I'm binge watching some new TV show. So if anything, this was a short day for me. Killers of the Flower Moon, or I've been so tired this week I've accidentally called it Flowers of the Killer Moon a few times, is Martin Scorsese doing the demystifying the Western route by going full Heaven's Gate if it was set in the universe of Goodfellas. Seriously, it actually is a lot like Cimino's film, although this one does characters a bit better. Plus, there's some scenes that are straight out of Goodfellas. Here we have these Native Americans who strike oil, become some of the richest people in America, but they live far too close to DeNiro, who even in the 20s is doing some gangster-like activity. He's like his Al Capone, only if he tried presenting himself as a kindly old man who loves the people when he isn't having them killed for the oil money. They are playing the long game in inheriting these people's money, since most of it hinges on this plan for his nephew, Leonardo DiCaprio, to marry Molly while plotting to kill all of her siblings until eventually it'll be him who gets the money. If you think it's just gonna be this bleak, depressing movie, though, it isn't. Don't get me wrong, there's very gut-wrenching and sad stuff in it, but there's also moments where it's very funny. Some of our protagonists are complete dumbasses whose side schemes get figured out quick. Hell, his name in the movie is Ernest, one of the best Ernest movies. With it being as long as it is fun seeing actors pop up 3 hours into it who you had no idea were gonna be in it. You can also tell it's got a lot of love for the true crime genre, as there's this very creative scene that features this true crime old-timey radio show that's maybe my favorite scene in it. I'll say this, there's 2.5 hours or maybe more of it that are brilliant, and it would be one of the best movies I've seen this year. But did it need to be 3.5 hours? No, it just is because it can be. I felt it a lot in the first act. It could get meandering, sidetracked, scenes could go on a bit too long. Even later in the film, there were repetitive moments, or it explained things more than once. Now, having said that, I was so sleepy going in that I bought a triple shot coffee beforehand, thinking that I'd need it right away, and not once did I open it. I was never bored in these moments. There's things about even those parts that are engaging, whether it's the humor, the score, the violence, all of that kept my attention. The characters here are great too, whether they range from heartless to, maybe there'll be a redemption? Let's see where this movie goes. DiCaprio's character here is great because there's seeds of there being some kind of conscience there, sorta. Like, he's starting to love his wife, but he'll still help kill her family. Lily Gladstone is one of the best things about it. She's so good here that I actually wish she was in the movie more. Overall, I give this an A-. You get your full movie's worth in going to see it in theaters, maybe a little too much. I know that's a good grade, but I wish I could go even higher than that if it was just a little bit tighter. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to come see us November 3rd through the 5th at Grand Rapids Comic Con, where we'll be there all weekend long, and I'll have copies of my book to sign too. See you next time.